Hey guys, today is March 23, 2026. This is the 5th video about my project DEW Linux. So, I'm Stref, you're watching SkateCode. Thank you very much. In the previous videos, I've been talking about the overview, what this project DEW about. I've been showing you how to install it. I've been showing you specifically how to install and configure neomutt to work with Gmail in 2026, and the very last video was showing just the normal workflow with neomutt I'm using. So on this video we are going to concentrate on what tools I'm using and why, specifically the tools that I installed here. So thanks for tuning in and let's start. So as I already showed, Project DEW installs different command line tools that you can use at your fingertips. I already started using some very often, so let's start with the obvious. So yes, probably most of you already use Vim, and I use a lot locate. Specifically I use Vim while I installed both Vim and new Vim. Of course most of you would try to go for new Vim. I still use Vim, don't ask me why, I still prefer it. It's a little bit just more about being more clean up. I mean the interface and everything, and most importantly the configuration. However, so locate, I use locate a lot. So let me show you some examples. So again, in this video we're concentrating at the most common command line tools that I've installed on Project DEW and which might be of help to you. And we are going to, of course, discuss basic system navigation. So locate. In order for locate to work properly, time to time you have to do sudo update db. So what does update db do? Update db simply creates database of the files and directories available on your partitions. So next, when you know that you're looking for index.html but you don't know where it is, or let's say you know that you're looking for a file called index but you don't know where is it, you can just type locate index. It will give you lots of results which you can filter through more or less. How about if I'm looking for a directory called documentation or just document, and yes, we get results. I can type exact file name if I want. And there are lots of files called index.html. Now, there is a tool that I installed called ripgrep. It does a little bit similar to what you just saw combined with grep. So we can try. And the good thing is that it offers me cooler results. However, if the results are more than one page long, so then what are my choices except to filter through less, and I'm losing the colors. So this is why I have mixed feelings for this tool. However, I use locate since 2006 and this is very old tool and it works always. Of course we can use it with combination with grep and everything, but I just use locate something and I filter through less usually. So what else can I show you? Of course, I use neofetch, however, here is installed fastfetch, and this is just basically tool that I'm using to show what is my configuration when I do YouTube videos. Nothing fancy, but it's useful. So what else? Yes, of course, Git. I'm software developer, so I use Git a lot. So Git, for those of you who are not familiar, this is source control tool and version control, but we better leave this for another video because using Git is gonna be a long explanation. And browsers. Now, in the past I used links a lot, now I tend to lose more links too. And in the past I used bchex. Now this is internet relay chat client. Basically I installed WeChat for Project DEW. I'm going to do another separate video for what IRC is and how to use WeChat. From the tools that I've already installed, my immediate favorite is, I have to say, let's launch the virtual machine, ISA. So I basically created alias to LL. So LL is just an alias for ISA, and what ISA is basically LS, but it's very colorful. And what I like the most about ISA are the colors in the file permissions. So it's very good and easy on the eyes to see that all directories have blue D in front, but if we type the black and white LS, everything would be black and white. Here it's not so easy on the eyes, and since I'm already wearing glasses and it's not that my eyes are super good already, I tend to try things which are easier on the eyes, and ISA seems to help me a lot. This is why ISA was my first favorite, which I loved when I started to research Project DEW. So for a time I was searching for terminal tool to display Markdown properly. And I have to say I'm super happy with mdterm. So mdterm in this terminal would look like this. It would be all black and white, but it's still okay. Because this is 8 color terminal. In 256 color terminal it looks like this. It's very beautiful, very easy on the eyes, and it also renders images with low quality, but I don't really care because these are just thumbnails. The point is, mdterm works great and it's easy on the eyes and everything, and I started to actively participate in testing and submitting bugs to the developer because I really love this tool. So what is beautiful about mdterm? So we have search. We have to type enter. So yeah, it highlighted my search, and we have search next and previous, I think. We have table of contents. We can jump to specific part. We have links. So here it's not a menu that we can use with up and down arrows. I already submitted a book about this. We have to type a specific number and then enter to go to that link. Anyway, so yes, let's see the pictures here. Oh yeah, it's funny. They look very funny, but still, I have to say I really don't care. What I see is very satisfactory to me. So yes, I can see my screenshots. So everything works, and there are themes. You can change the colors, but This is a cover terminal, so you will not see very well. This is what I can demonstrate here. Oh, there used to be more themes before, now it's white and dark. Anyway, I'm fine because I use the dark one. mdterm is immediate favorite that I liked. What else I can show you? Of course, we already discussed neomutt. So neomutt is a great email client, and I love it. I have to say, the moment I saw this email client, I fell in love with it. Why? Because it looks very clean interface, it does the job. I can do absolutely everything that I want in an email client, and very important, I have integration with my Google Contacts, which is very important for me, so I don't have to type email addresses. And basically, what not to love about neomutt? Neomutt is perfect. This is what I think. Yes, I know some of you prefer other email clients, that's totally fine. But for the terminal, for what I want, for what I like, neomutt is perfect. And this is why I decided to go for neomutt when I was configuring project DEW. Now, since we already discussed neomutt in detail, I'm not gonna talk more about it. But what else? So, reading the news. Newsboat, perfect mail reader. Let's get all the... Sorry, no. Let's get all the news. Yes. And now we can read what's the latest. AI is beginning to change the business of law. Great. We can read the news. So, again, newsboat is really simple. I mean, very user-friendly is what I mean. Newsreader. I already pre-configured several news sources for you. So with Shift R, you refresh all of them at once. And with up and down arrows, you go up and down to choose a source, news source, for example, Ars Technica. With Enter, we will start reading. You can, these are the news articles, so with the arrows you choose one article. The grade one is already read. I can read it again with Enter. And that's it. With space, no, with N, I can go directly to the next news article. Unique NASA satellite is falling out of orbit. This team is trying to rescue it. Wonderful. We're going to have a falling satellite on top of our heads. Excuse me. So yes, we have scrolling here. With Q I can go back and I can go back. Can I do something else? This is what I'm interested in basically, but let's open an article. Can I send it via email? This is something that just came up to my mind. I don't think so. There is help, but what I see here, I can save the article, and maybe this is a way to attach it to an email and forward it to somebody. Let's save. Oh, it asks me for a file name. Okay, let's give it a file name that I can remember easily. Article01.txt. Have no idea where it's saved, So we are going to look for it now. Actually, this is good use case. Let's try to forward a news article to somebody with neomutt. So let's find the article. Where is the article right now? Okay, it's here in my home. Great. Let's launch neomutt and let's create an email to ourselves and subject okay, cool. Let's attaching a list question mark, and let's go back, and where are we? We are in Forster and the article is here somewhere. Wish this was in color. Yes, here is the article. Okay, we have attachment and we can send. Great. Okay, we just realized how to send, attach and send a news article. So the fuzzy finder is a super good utility that is available, and it can speed up significantly your workflow. I still am trying to figure it out and use it, but basically if we just type fuzzy finder, it's going to give us menu of the current files, nothing else. However, this by itself is not useful because it does nothing. So with the arrows we go up and down, and with enter we choose a file. It does nothing just like that, but if we type VI and then we get the content of fuzzy finder, we can choose which file to edit in Vim interactively. Now, whichever file we choose is going to be opened in Vim. Let's choose the index.html. Great. Super duper useful, but I still struggle to get to use it just because I'm very much used to the tabulation, and this is a habit I'm trying to destroy because fuzzy finder is super duper useful, and if I start to get to use it more often, it's going to speed me up very much. So this is not the only way that we can use the fuzzy finder. Basically we can use any command and pass the result of fuzzy finder to it. And something that I learned today, so we can use fuzzy finder with the history. Yeah, we can choose which command to execute from our history. So for example, make help. Very well, but we have to be here for this to execute. Let's try it again. No, I'm doing it improperly. I guess I have to check how to do it properly, but yeah, super duper useful if you decide to try to use it, because even I can choose files which are in the subdirectories, so it goes recursive I can see this YML file, or let's say this cargo.toml file, and I can open it in Vim without changing my directory. So it's super useful. I can use page up and page down, as you can see, and I can go very quickly in a huge list of files. Now if I don't want to execute, I can go Ctrl+C, and yeah. So the fuzzy finder is something that can speed you up very seriously if you start using it, and I'm still struggling with that, as you can see, but I'm trying to. htop and btop, I use them very rarely because this is not something that you use on a regular basis, at least not me. So I tend to check this only if I have problem with some of the processes. This is why I rarely use it. But it's beautiful, it's colorful, it's useful. I just don't need it often. Basically system statistics. Now, as I already told you, I have very mixed feelings about ripgrep, and this is why I already showed it to you. It's good, but I don't like it very much, so that's why I don't plan to use it. Let's continue. Bat. So bat is like cat, but it's a bat. Basically, you know what... okay. Basically, you know what cat does. It just displays the contents of a file. And this is what bat does, but it does it in color. As you can see, it tries a little bit to render markdown, but just a little bit. It's absolutely not like mdterm, so this is why I prefer mdterm. So let's compare actually. Yeah, mdterm have some colors on 8-bit terminal, but seems that bat does a little bit more, which is fine, but I still prefer mdterm because it renders markdown way better. However, let's render something else. So, okay, let's use the fuzzy finder. Let's go to documentation and get an HTML file. Okay, so it's in color and you can scroll it up and down. However, I have to be honest, if I'm about to view any file with program code, I'm going to directly open it in Vim. It's going to scroll faster, and I like the syntax highlighting more than the one showed here, but still it's a good tool. But is a good tool. So basically it's a less, but it's a cat and less in the same tool with syntax highlighting, so it's good. Dysk-duf. Sorry. So this shows the disk usage. Duf is more detailed. So basically this is replacement for disk free. I used it in the past, but duf just kills it, because duf is more graphical, shows me a little bit more detail, shows me very easy on the eyes, and I love it. I seriously do. It's beautiful. Now disk doesn't run on my Ubuntu, but it runs on Debian, so disk is also cool, but duf just gives you more information from the get-go out of the box. So this is why I like duf more. So if you want to see the free space or the usage on your disk, just your partitions, just run dysk-duf. Now lazytail, I was planning to show this. I was trying to figure out the best way to use it, but I still can't. So maybe you can help me actually in the comments to tell me how you use lazytail, because it seems good. It got my attention, but I still can't figure it out how to properly use it. File management and system navigation. Something that I despised during my DOS times was Norton Commander. Norton Commander is exactly what you're about to see now, but Norton Commander went through few iterations. First it was Norton Commander, then it was DOS Navigator, then Windows came and somebody created Midnight Commander, and Midnight Commander was actually good. DOS Navigator was also good, but I was just purist back then. However, I'm going to show it to you because for some of you it's going to be really easy to navigate your system this way. So Midnight Commander is just MC, and this is what you're about to see. And what do you have here? First of all, you have two panels, left panel, right panel, and menu on the top, which I cannot show you properly. On the top, like left file command options right, and on the bottom you have system shortcut keys. Now, why this is super easy for newbies? Because you go for navigation with the arrow keys. I can change directory just by pressing enter, and I can go from the left to the right panel and back with the tabulation tab key. And the thing is this, let's go to the temp folder, the temp directory, sorry. Yeah, I didn't have much coffee today. Okay, where is the temp directory? We are not in the root. Okay, tmp, here it is. So if I want to copy file from this directory to this directory, I'm going to just change directory here. This represents right now the target directory. I'm going to choose the file and I'm going to press F5. So I'm going to copy makefile to tmp, pressing F5 and enter, and makefile is here. Super duper easy. So I can move file in the same way. Basically, this right here represents the F key shortcuts. So F5 is copy, F6 is rename or move, F7 is make directory, and so on. And I can choose several files to copy them. Now, of course, we have one which is duplicate. We will overwrite it. Bam. Easy as 1, 2, 3. The files are copied. Now if I want to read this file, as you can see here, the shortcut is F3. And I can go up and down to scroll the file. Super duper easy. With F10, I go back. If I want to edit the file, as you can see down here, the shortcut is F4. Now, since Vim is my system editor, it immediately opened it in Vim. However, if this wasn't specified, Midnight Commander, so let's quit, Midnight Commander have its own editor. It's very simple editor, nothing fancy, but it works. What else? So the thing is that Midnight Commander can display even graphical files. Now I don't know if this is going to happen here because this is 8-color terminal. Let's try actually. Sample media and flower GPG F3. Yeah, doesn't work. Let's try the Excel file. Doesn't work properly. And let's try video. please install player. Okay, yes, you can edit the associations, and this is how Midnight Commander can become your basically shell on how you're going to use your system. In the old DOS times, this is exactly what most people used to do. They never used to type commands and do things here. All the time they used to do things in Midnight Commander, and only when they had to use more memory and run some game, they used to quit Norton Commander and run the game. Back then we had other file managers which I preferred. This is why I never used Norton Commander, but Midnight Commander is something that I can recommend to you. As for the menu, you can click it. This is the menu for the left panel. This is the menu for the right panel. You have options, command, file, everything. So this is basically very much the TurboVision interface, or at least something that goes very close to it. So it's super easy to use. This is why I'm recommending you Midnight Commander very much. And at the bottom you have statistics, free space, used space, and so on. Super easy, super beautiful. And F10 to quit. RGX, again our virtual machine. So RGX is regular expression tester, but if you are not computer programmer, probably you're not gonna use this at all. So let's demonstrate. Okay, this is test string. Now let's try regular expression. I'm not gonna explain exactly what's happening, but in short, this tool is searching for this pattern in the string and it's displaying the result here. Let's check something. But again, we need to set flags. How to set the ignore case flag? Anyway, it's a regular expression tester. If you're not a computer programmer, you're not gonna need it. But the moment I saw it, I fell in love because I really need such a tool sometimes. And the next thing is Scooter. Now, to understand what Scooter does, I have to show you a regexer on my host operating system. So, regexer is a search tool, and I can say start directory, for example Windows. I can search for files with the name index, then I click find files. There are no such files. Okay, let's choose all files. Okay, and then here I can specify that I'm looking for the string index. Let's see if we can find it. Now it's searching and it's gonna show me here the number of the finds in each file, or at least in each directory. Still searching. Now it's not gonna be fast because I have lots of files here, but point is I'm looking for a string in a specified start directory, specified pattern of file names. This is what this thing is doing. And Scooter, let's stop this. Yeah, so basically we have some results already, as you can see here. Let's close this. And Scooter is doing absolutely the same thing. First of all, Where are we? We are in GNU Linux. Okay, so let's launch Scooter and let's search for immediately found. As you can see down here, it says where it's found, on which line it's found, and how much time it took it to find it. I can make it ignore case, which is great. Regexer also does this, but you can just search for a text, but you can also search and replace text in multiple files. This is super useful. If you need such a functionality, and I need it sometimes, it's super useful. I don't replace text in multiple files, but searching for text in multiple files is super duper useful. This is actually precious, because especially this tool is super fast, so I love it. As you can see, whatever I type is found very quickly. By the way, my voice is very tired already. So let me see what else I can show you, and let's wrap up for the day. ncdu, let's see what this was. I already forgot. Oh yeah. So this is disk usage also by directory. So you can see the different directories and it shows which of them occupy the most space. This is the current subdirectory list. So directory mdterm have the most files. So yes, this is useful too. fd, let's see what this was. Ah yeah, that was find files, but it was much faster, or at least more convenient than the regular find. This is why I liked it. Now I remember, but right now I have to say I'm very tired. Still, let's try to do a demonstration. So yeah, it shows me all HTML files. It's very quick and it's colorful, and basically I like it. I have to start using it more often. So this is gonna be everything for today. I'm going to wrap up for today. I already showed you lots of stuff. Hope that it was useful to you. If you liked this video, please give me thumbs up and subscribe. You're gonna help me. What we are going to show in the next video. So next video I plan to dedicate to WeChat and explain to you what is IRC and how to use it. As for today, I showed you already lots of things, and as comment to everything, I have to say in the last 2 days I learned even more. Personally, I'm also getting more experienced in the terminal by the whole project due thing, and I hope that I'm helping you to become more experienced terminal user too. Thanks for watching. I'm going to stop here. I was Treyev, you're watching SkateCode, and have a nice day. Goodbye.